Hi, I'm Patu from freefincal. The RBI will be announcing a new set of bonds called floating rate savings bonds 2020, and these are bonds with variable interest rate or coupon rate, and the details of when it will be available, etc., will be announced shortly. The finance ministry just announced the basic properties of these bonds. So floating rate bonds, what are floating rate bonds? So if to understand this, first let's take a look at the normal fixed rate bond. In a fixed rate bond, the coupon rate or the interest rate is fixed. The amount that will be paid every year is fixed, but after you buy the bond, and if you go to the demat account and look at the market value of the bond, the market value of the bond will fluctuate based on the demand and supply forces in the market. Of course, the market value of the bond makes sense only if you wish to sell the bond in the middle of the term. If you buy and hold until maturity, the market fluctuations of the bond price does not matter to you. Now, if in a normal fixed rate bond, if a new bond with higher interest rate is available in the market, the price of your bond will fall down. Whereas if current bonds have lower interest rate, then the price of your bond will move up. That's the normal bond operation. In a floating rate bond, what happens is that the price of the bond will be basically more or less the same. I'm talking about market price. The price of the bond will be more or less the same. The coupon rate will be reset every year or every 6 months, or however way the bond issuer decides it. The coupon rate will be reset according to the interest rate movements. If for example the interest rate has come down, then at the next reset the coupon rate will be set to a lower level. So your interest income will come down. If the interest rate has gone up, then the coupon rate will be set at a higher level, and then your interest income will go up. So this is going to be very similar to your repo linked home loan interest rate. Basically, that's essentially how it works. So, but this bond, this RBI floating rate savings bond, this will have an initial interest rate of 7.15%. Don't get fooled by the 7.15% because that is going to be reset every year. They will use the NSE as the benchmark. We will see how the details are worked out. It will probably be a little bit more returns than the NSE with a spread of about 0.35%. But these bonds are not going to be tradable. They will be available for a 7-year tenure. Unless you are a senior citizen, you cannot exit the bonds, and you have to hold them until maturity. You will be getting given interest rate payments twice a year, so every 6 months. There is no cumulative options like the 7.75% RBI bonds. So unless you want income, you should not be buying these bonds. NRIs cannot invest in these bonds. Resident individuals, usual HUF, joint ownership, all that is available. So that's essentially how these bonds are going to work. If you are looking for an additional source of income, then these bonds will make sense. But if you are not looking for it, then don't buy the bonds because they're going to be taxable as per slab. And you're not really going to make your money work, and your money will not grow in any sense if you're going to buy these bonds. So if you have income requirements, if you're a senior citizen, then definitely these bonds make some kind of sense. Of course, if I compare a 7-year fixed rate bond versus a 7-year variable rate bond, floating rate bond, then the 7-year fixed rate bond will have a higher yield than the floating rate, because you are going to sacrifice the yield because the interest rate fluctuates in the middle. But that's okay. But because it is issued by the RBI, there is no comparative instrument that gives you such an interest rate, at least at the start of this. Even fixed rate 7.15% is not available at the moment. Safe investments is not available, at least in the bond segment that I'm talking about. So it's definitely a good buy for those who need income, not for otherwise. So let's wait for the details. And this can be better than tax-free bonds, because tax-free bonds are available at a huge premium. So you lose a lot of money by buying the bonds just to get some tax-free income. Whereas if you look at the post-tax return from these bonds, they will be actually comparable or even higher than the tax-free bonds. So let's wait and watch. Bye-bye.